What I'm saying is the truth,
Sir,
but I am omitting details
sir,
because I know that those
it's
details
not
are
the
the
same thing,
factors that need
sir.
to be addressed. It is absolutely the same fucking thing. You were
Sir,
withholding
respectfully,
you were
you did
withholding
not ask
information,
me the
sir.
question.
You were withholding information because you knew that information would incriminate you. You deliberately did that.
Sir, I did not, have to spill the beans. What am I going to tell you? My whole life story? Technically, I was hit by a car after I was shot, so I wasn't actually lying.
Dokes, take this shit. I'm not in the fucking mood for this garbage. Honestly,
Hey,
I'm just not in the fucking mood for it. I'm gonna lose my temper. Is what's gonna
What
happen.
about the medic? The medic can back me up. I,
Mr. Wilson,
I told him I was shot.
enjoy the rest of your day, sir.
96 Mission 111095.
All right, that's gonna do it. It's after 5. I hate to not stream later, but honestly, I cannot think of a more aggravating and stressful last like 3 hours. And this is the whitelist server. This appears more like the public server is what it appears like. Just random fucking homicides, just active terrorism. Can't clear simple calls. Everybody apparently has been Googling, Google lawyering, and wants to have a long, drawn-out interrogation process. Since we came on shift at 2 o'clock, 3 hours and 5 minutes, we've cleared approximately 1 call. The evidence and things point to this kind of shit not being accidental, that people want to get attention, and the way that they want to do that is by having prolonged and irritating engagements. I think that Mr. Thurgood, any normal or rational human being, even people with mental illness, understand the difference between going to jail, or if you want to just take it to the point where maybe they're completely mentally incompetent, going with people who are strangers in uniforms, or going with their relative and a doctor not in handcuffs, would likely choose to be released on their own recognizance. Mr. Wilson and Mr. Armstrong, while, Mr. Wilson, I think, has been picked up for fucking DUI and maybe disorderly conduct or some shit in the past. No history of violence. Now, all of a sudden, he's fucking Billy the Kid. Mr. Armstrong, who's normally a limo driver and very passive, has now become Jean-Claude Van fucking Damme, or whatever the bald equivalent of that is. Captain Picard, I guess, maybe on meth. Like, he's become a methed out lunatic Captain Picard. I have no idea what's going on in terms of the updates and shit. I guess I need to check the change log. Maybe they changed the PEDs or the traffic or whatever the fuck it is. But the number of calls that we've been getting today that are just garbage medicals, collisions, whatever the fuck that was with Fire Zone. The thought of continuing with maybe 2 or 3 hours of interrogation between the 3 individuals or 4 that would need to be interrogated in order to get the story that we need to get to probable cause would be just exhausting, in addition to the fucking patrol and shit like that. And I just don't think I could do it. Not to let Katie down and Proxy and Timac and Classy Packs and all of y'all that wanted to stream, wanted me to stream it. It also feels like maybe I have made things exceedingly difficult for everyone else, including myself, to do the job that needs to be done in the way that the server requires it to be done in order for the rules in order for the rules to be the rules. We can't have the rules that we have if the police are not going to do the job the way that they are required to do it. If they ignore calls and don't do interrogations and don't respond to medicals and don't file their information, and if they don't do that stuff, we can't expect people to maintain the level of RP that we're asking them to maintain. It cannot be done. It will result in lawlessness if that happens. However, what we're looking at right now, again, looks to me like maybe 6 hours of brutal interrogation that we just don't have. With one other officer being here, it just doesn't make any sense. So the more than likely what will happen is we will get nothing solved. Nobody will say shit. We'll be tied up on medical bullshit all day. There will be no Friday the 13th. There'll be no resolution here. Anyone we jail, if we do, which I doubt we will, because we won't get to probable cause. I just don't see it. I don't see us getting there. You know, I don't see us getting there. Just cannot do it today. I have no idea what it was. It started out bad. It got worse. Got the toxic sons of bitches in the chat that apparently, you know, exist only to be uninformed and be a piece of shit. Unfortunately, I'm unable to call out every single one of them because it appears that they literally just came over from Firezone's channel to crow and bitch and whine and complain as if that was going to do any fucking thing at all. But unless they had a fucking time machine to go back in time and change the decisions that a grown-ass man made on his own, there's not much that's going to accomplish. You know, so that being said, you know, it started out negatively. I think it got worse and worse, and now we're at the point where I think we're doing more harm than we're doing good. I think Dokes or whomever, you know, and Langley and Sauter will have a better chance of completing these calls if there's not the added distraction of whoever else wanting to perform for an additional audience or attempt to make a name for themselves by behaving like a piece of shit or whatever the fuck else is going on. I have no idea what's going on. Like I said, I'm just as clueless as everybody else. But what I do know is that it doesn't feel the way that it should feel. Things are not going the way that they would normally go. I mean, look at this shit. We've been here, what, 10 seconds? There's already a massive pileup and explosions and bodies and shit everywhere. I don't know what's going on. I mean, who knows when I'll figure it out. Maybe some shit was changed, like the supercar shit where Live Reborn has done something. And now, like, the mod is increasingly unstable. I mean, I can't call it. I have no idea. It's fucking anarchy. So, like I said, I won't try to do any hosting or anything like that. You know, try to recommend a place for you guys to go. Obviously, it's a partial stream. I have no idea who's streaming on there. And, you know, currently I have no idea. I'm sure you guys know better than I do who's currently playing GTA RP and can navigate yourselves there. All the people that did sub and donate and everything, I'll take a note of where we're at right now. I'll make sure to read it. Even if I got to start the stream an hour early on Monday, I will start it an hour early just to read those off and acknowledge all those people. So, you know, like I said, I apologize. I do not understand what is going on. This is certainly not what you showed up probably to watch. It's certainly not what I signed up to do. It's very frustrating, I think, for everybody involved.